Welcome to the 5th episode of Hexproof from Ward. In this episode, we're going to be breaking down Tarkir, Dragonstorm, the brand new set, bringing some brand new dragons and some more fun to your table. Let's go. Josh, what are you most excited about going back to this plane since it's been a little bit of a minute? We kind of visited it during Aether Drift, but to give it a full on new set, what do you think?
I think it's very exciting because when you see three colors together, you know there's a lot of opportunity for new commander cards in these colors. So if you have, we get those off-color wedges names from this set. You have your Sultai, your Mardu, your Asban, and your Teamer, all getting new supports, getting all new cards, a lot of mechanically unique cards coming out. I'm really excited about them.
Keith, what's your favorite part of Tarkir? If you had to pick a little piece of it.
Um, I'm excited for like the art direction, quite a bit actually. I like the world building for this set, and yeah, trying to pull up more examples, but yeah, that's all I have for now.
Okay. Sam, are you a fan of Tarkir and heading back?
I'm conflicted. Um, One part of me, I'm really liking the reprint of the Craterhoof Behemoth. I think everybody can appreciate that. But one part of me is I don't think I'm ready to see dragons coming back.
That's
Um,
that's that's what Tarkir is known for, bro.
I know. I'm more excited for not the dragon aspect of it, but more of the nuanced colors, like the collar pie that's coming with those cards.
Okay.
Um, Specifically the Mardu ones. I think I'm really hoping they do a little bit more of that. I'm an Abzan fan, so I want either of those two to really come out on top.
Perfect. So for people who may not know, um, Tarkir, this is coming from the MTG wiki. So Tarkir was a war-torn plane ruled by five Khanates or clans. And now it's a plane controlled by five draconic broods led by elder dragon lords. So it was started by Ugin back in the day, um, and he tried to form a plane to uh, fulfill the promise of his soul. Um, and he formed the geoscape, the fauna, so the plants, everything. Um, and his dragons were what gave birth to the Dragon Tempest, and started this crazy plane of dragons and uh, just, in my opinion, awesomeness. I'm a big fan of dragons, so I have a dragon deck. So I'm excited to kind of go back and see what we've got and everything like that. So, um,
So, like, there's a implication there. So then is Ugin responsible for making the goblins fuzzy?
I mean, from what I'm reading, he's the one that built everything. So he would be the one that made the goblins fuzzy, or it could be thousands and thousands of years of inbreeding that led to the fuzz. Who knows? Um, that's more of a question, I guess, for the team uh, behind the story. Um, so let's go ahead and kind of, if everybody's looking at one of the card image galleries, um, let's go ahead and start on white and look at some of the cards that have been kind of released already for everybody to drink in. Are there any of them in white that kind of grab your attention and make you think, yep, that one needs to go straight into a deck? Uh, Josh, you have any right off the bat?
Well, I think they did a good job of balancing creatures in this set. I feel like there was too much control. It was too much just kill spells, this, that, and the other. You can't hardly keep anything on the board. And now you have a lot of white cards with stacks-ish effects to kind of really kind of bolster the creature aspect of it. I guess bolster's not back in Asban, so that probably wasn't the best word to use, but here we are. Anyway, so the first one I would like to mention is Conquering Roar Dragon. Now, this one was translated. I'm pretty sure this translation is accurate, but it is a 3/3 flying white dragon for 2 and a white, and activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. Now, if that's probably going to include mana rocks, and you can't put on equipments. It's just kind of going to put a lot more into a creature-based strategy, where if your opponents are like rocking an artifact-based strategy, which is very popular to run an artifact storm or anything like that, you're going to grind them to a halt. Now you have an opportunity to beat them over the head with your white weenies. So that's a exciting opportunity there.
Keith, anything you see in white that grabs your attention, makes
Yeah,
you
as
excited?
far as white goes, I'm excited for Mobilize, which is primarily like a Mardu ability. So Mobilize, when a creature attacks with this ability, you can create a tapped and attacking 1/1 Red Warrior creature token, and then sacrifice it at the end of the next end step. And it's like Mobilize X, so you could do like one, two, or three. And there's like a particular enchantment called Aligned Heart. It's two and colorless. I think it'll be included in one of the precons. But whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on this enchantment, then create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. Oh, I guess this is a Jeskai card. Uh, then create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess for each rally counter on it. So Mobilize in general just can get out of control really fast.
Yeah.
It's very strong,
Yeah, I think
at least.
they're kind of building up on the building your team and bringing an entire team to kick some butt. From what I'm seeing in white, just looking through these cards, um, we've got Rally the Monastery, um, which costs 2 less to cast if you've cast another spell this turn. Create 2/1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. Destroy target creature with 4 or greater. Then you've got United Battlefront. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest of the bottom in any random order. Um, the biggest thing, in my opinion, that I'm kind of excited for um, is like we've got cards like Smile at Death. At the beginning of your upkeep, return. It's another one of those. Return up to 2 target creatures from your with power 2 or less from a graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those, and then Duty Beyond Death. Another one of those that uh, sacrifice a creature. Creatures get indestructible and put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And then Elspeth, just the new Elspeth is nuts. I'll I'll put it up so everybody can see it. But just being able to destroy target creatures an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater as the ultimate at just taking away 3 is nuts. Sam, how are you feeling about white?
Uh, the only one so far that has been brought up that I'm really appreciating is the Anafenza Unyielding Lineage, which is
Mm-hmm.
a 2 and a white 2/2 flash for a strike, but at the ability of whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Anafenza endures 2, which is either you put 2/1/1 counters on it or create a 2/2 white spirit creature token.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In is Endures a new mechanic we've got from this set?
It looks new to me.
Okay,
Now,
I
there
kind
might have
of
been something like it, but I think this is the first time they put like a keyword behind it.
right. Josh, what are you thinking?
Well, I think it's fabricate, but with spirits, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, there is another white card that I wanted to mention. It kind of like touches on an element that like Keith had mentioned, the mobilized mechanic, and the element that I had mentioned about giving creatures more survivability. and that is the Voice of Victory. It is a one in a white human bard, 1/3, and it has mobilized two. So that's the new mechanic where on attack you get two tapped 1/1 warriors, but you sack them at the end phase. But the ability of your opponents can't cast spells during your turn.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That is so nice. You on your turn, creature-based strategies they can't counter it. Like you're safe from blue. Your swingers aren't going to get hit by a Doomblade. It's like creature-based strategies celebrate. You have tools now.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, and the cool little treatments that they've got for that card are pretty nice.
That's the
Um,
dragon, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the like collector's oof in white, basically.
Hmm.
Plus, and then some.
All right, so we've broken down kind of what we're looking at here and excited for. Are there any reprints in white that you're excited for? I kind of really like Vanquish the Horde being back, um, as well as another
Um,
look at Ghostly
Dismantling
Prison.
Wave's a great reprint too. I'm not sure how recently that was reprinted, but another good board wipe.
So I would like to mention that they gave us Angel of Invention back, and she has Fabricate too.
Yeah.
I wonder what precon she's going to go into. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that we're getting legendary creatures getting reprinted too, because we've got a Mangara the Diplomat is back, so that's kind of cool. See him back in the streets. Sam, any reprints in white that you're looking forward to?
Not in white. I'm um I'm kind of just shifting towards the Crater Hoof, just green. That's like the only one that's really caught my eye and caught me pretty
Okay,
hard.
we'll get to that when we get to
Yeah.
green. Uh,
Aside from that, any other reprint that I've seen so far, nothing's really stood out to me yet. But I know there's going to be more that's going to be released. So
you're not excited for Sun Titan?
no.
Wait, guys, I'm so sorry. Before we get off white, there's a really important card I need to mention.
Yes.
Tempest Hawk, a new card that you can have
Yeah.
as many of them as you want in your deck.
Ooh,
And yeah, for 2 and a 1, you get a 2/2 flyer. I know, shocking power there. But when it deals combat damage, you get to search your deck for another one, and you just throw it in your hand. Uh, I have a dumb deck I want to build around it already.
I mean that would be great. Once you give yourself no maximum hand size, you just have a handful of hawks. You know, whole bunch of hawks in your hands.
But yeah,
Um,
I want to run Miracle Lord of Bones, and then I'll have a Bony Hawk deck. It'll be him and like I don't know, 40 of those Tempest Hawks. Call it a day.
oh my
There's the
gosh,
deck.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. Let's move on to blue. Sam, anything in blue that you're excited for?
Uh, Not much of a pure blue player, but the one that I think that stuck out to me the most was the. Let me see if I can find it. The Essence Anchor. It's a two and a blue artifact at the beginning of your upkeep. Surveil one, but you can tap it, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token, and activate only during your turn, and only if it's the card left in your graveyard.
Nice.
That is a great like surveil engine there. Also having that option for the zombie. I have a Sidisi decks from the original Tarkir, so I'm absolutely going to be running that card in there. That's a great pick, Sam.
A lot of great new surveil cards.
What about you, Josh? Any blue you're excited for?
I'm actually
Because
excited for a lot of blue coming out here. One of the first ones that really caught my eye was another creature, Voracious Bibliophile. For 3 and a blue, you get a 3/3 Flying Vigilance Dragon, and whenever you cast a spell with one or more targets, draw that many cards. That is just going to be a lot of fun to try to build around.
what else are you excited for?
Oh, the old. I'm probably gonna have to build a deck around this guy. I believe Taigam, Taigam, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Master Opportunist. this keyboard flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Like, that's insane value of just spell slinging. The Johnny Combo player in me just wants to like make the biggest stack and then just hit you with a truck 4 turns later. Like, I am very excited for that card.
Keith, what do you think about blue?
Um, well, I'm loving it so far. I was scrolling past a few of these cards and I noticed one, and at first I thought it was adventure, but it's a whole new mechanic that looks similar on just glancing at it. But they're called omens. So those could be instants or sorceries. And after you use it, instead of exiling it, if it were an adventure, you shuffle the card back into your library. So you
Ooh,
can like stumble upon it later in the game. So
that
right
is
here,
nice.
there's a dragon with Omen, and its little coil and catch instant Omen. You can draw 3 cards and discard a card, and then shuffle it in. And then the creature part of it has flying, and when enters, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. It's just cool if you could, fetch an instant or sorcery. You could also, get this creature attached to it. A whole bunch of other stuff like that. And
Nice.
there's a cycle of enchantments that come into play. And then if you play a dragon, you get to bounce it back to your hand and just get repeated value off of those. So here's another one, which is card draw. It's Roiling Dragonstorm. It's just 1 in a blue. And when this enchantment enters, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Then when you have a dragon you control enter it, return it into your hand. So just
Yeah,
super good value cards like that I'm mostly interested in.
that's one I'm really excited for. Um, that one and the adaptive training post. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if this artifact has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, put a charge counter on it. Then you can remove 3 charge counters from the artifact. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. I think that there's a crazy. It's so easy to build that up and just kind of doing, keep doing stuff with that one, especially in blue. Um, and then the Transcendent Dragon, another dragon that I'm excited for. That's gonna be a theme for this.
Yeah.
Uh, but it
Also,
has, yeah.
I'm a
Go
big
ahead.
fan of Harmonize. So it's basically like flashback, but you can reduce the cost if you have like power of 4 or greater, or basically having anything with high power. So that pretty much belongs in Teamer. So that could be like a harmonized cost of 4 and a blue.
Mhm.
And you may cast this card from your graveyard for its harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power, and then you exile the spell.
Yeah.
They
Uh,
also uh they also brought in some flavored instants and sorceries. So this is also a teamer card without going outright saying it is a teamer card. But
Yeah,
Spectral Denial, X in a blue. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with
yep,
power 4 or greater. Counter
that's the
target
one.
spell unless its controller pays X. So it's like this on the right deck for a single island. If your board state set up, then you just deny someone unless they can pay 20 for all of your uh,
Yeah,
army of 4+ powered
that's gonna go
creatures.
crazy in like every draft, pretty much any commander deck. That's really good.
Sam, I know that you're excited for green, but we're on black now. Any black cards that you're excited for?
One specifically, and that'll be the Krumar Initiate. It's a white and colorless and a black 2/2. You can pay X and a black, tap it, pay X life, and this creature endures X. I think I'm gonna really lean heavily on this endure part this set coming around.
Yeah, that's a cheap one that can do some crazy stuff right there.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that I'm excited for Sidisi, the new Sidisi, Region of Mire for 2. Uh, has tap, sacrifice a creature you control with mana value X other than Sidisi, and return target creature card with mana value X plus 1 from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. I think that'll be fun. And then we have the
Hmm.
Sib Sing ceremony. Creature spells for 3 black. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control enters, if you cast it, destroy that creature, then create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Um, I just, if I'm not playing dragons and stuff like that, I've got a fun little zombie deck that I've been kind of putting together and adding new cards to, so that one's fun.
Yeah, I mean that card, the enchantment you mentioned, just like it's gonna combo crazy with Gravecrawler, and that's a black card that did get a reprint and is coming in with like a really pretty new art into some of the precons there. And you can cast it from your graveyard. So it's going to enter, it dies. You control a zombie, probably if you have your commander out, who is likely a zombie, then you just rinse and repeat. And then you have all these ETBs and death triggers. You can just see that getting abused like crazy, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, and actually, the two cards Nathan mentioned, Sib Sig Ceremony and Sidisi. Sidisi specifically just returns target creature card into play, and you're not casting it. So if you do it that way, it's not instantly destroyed, which is perfect. Because well, Abzan's all about like recursion and coming back from the graveyard and all that.
Yeah, one of the other cards that I'm excited for um, is one of the WPN, so Wizards Premier Network event promo pack cards, Strategic Betrayal. For 1 and a black, target opponent exiles a creature. Then they also uh, exile their graveyard. So
Oh
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
really mess somebody up if you play that one late or early, but I'd wait and make it really hurt.
Also, why'd they bring back Douthie Voidwalker? That's pretty brutal.
I mean, that's a card that I feel like was being talked about of possibly no one liked it and no one wanted it to be around anymore. So it getting another print is just kind of I think it's funny. Uh, but Wizards does funny stuff. So that's that's fun. Uh Sam, we're getting closer to green. Keith, what cards from red are you excited for? I think I know one of them.
Well, there's a few I saved. Probably overall, I picked more red cards that stood out to me than any other color. But for starters, Stormscale Scion, just kind of like the Dragonstorm card. So it's a dragon with storm. And for colorless, 2 red, flying, other dragons you control get +1/+1, and it has storm, and it's a 4/4.
Yeah, the showcase treatment for that card is so pretty.
Yeah, that card is gorgeous. But
S- yeah, man.
a
What
couple
what other ones do you have, Keith?
I have redoubled Storm Singer. I thought was really cool. It's 2 colorless and a red. Creature Orc Wizard 3/3 with first strike, and whenever it attacks, for each creature token you control that entered this turn, create a tapped and attacking token that's copy that token. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice those tokens. So in the Mardu deck, you're gonna easily have like 5 to 10 tokens, basically every combat, and that can just get out of hand very, very quickly, especially with that card. Uh,
Any reprints in red that you're excited for?
Scrolling. I think Infantry Shield is also new, but I like that one. All of the cycle cards, like sorceries, are really, really nice. And scrolling some more. I like the new art for Young Pyromancer, oddly enough. I think it
Yeah.
looks really cool. Got a little bit more
How about them reprinting Jessica's Will? Oh, just kidding. Will of the Jess Guide. I misread that.
oh man. Oh, Jessica's will would have been amazing.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and read off Will of the Just guy because I do think it is a legitimately cool card, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited
Uh,
for
for
it.
it.
choose one. If you control a commander, as you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. Each instant sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So just either mode that it could absolutely see use in the game. I know Nathan loves his Nekuzar deck, so he saw like discards hand and draw 5 cards, and he was like, "Oh yes, please give."
Yes, I'm excited for that one. Sam, any reds?
I've only got one so far. And that would be the Gold Lush Triad for a 4 and a red 4/3. It's got flying and Myriad. And then whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of Myriad.
Yep.
Oh,
I
I have a good reprint. Mana Geyser. They threw that in for some reason. I'm a big
yeah.
fan of that.
Yeah, I think it's fun that they made the red pip inside the card red this time and not gray. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think the biggest card that I'm excited for in red would have to be Draco Genesis.
Yeah,
Um,
that is so cool.
it is a 6 and 2 red enchantment. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs. That's going straight into my Kenrith Smaug Alert deck. And I'm just excited for a uh, rooftop storm, but for dragons. I think that's fun.
Yeah, that'd go hand in hand with Stormscale Scion, which is the Storm Dragon, I would think.
Yeah,
Pop that at the end of emptying out your hand.
most definitely. All right, Sam, you're up. We're in green. We've moved to green. What are you excited for besides Crater Hoof?
Uh, kind of a toss up. Um, yeah, okay, I can't include that because that's multicolored. Give me a second. I I'm really liking the Surak Elusive Hunter. 2 and a
Yes.
green, 4/3. Can't be countered and just trample, and then whenever creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card.
Is that one you feel like you're going to build a deck around? Or
Yeah,
do you think he's more of like an inside of the deck kind of
he's definitely
guy?
going to be part of the 99. I don't know if I'll be build him exclusively, but he will be added to something.
Okay. What are you so excited about Craterhoof for?
Oh, I've been a fan of Craterhoof for years, and
What does
it's
Craterhoof do for those that might not know?
it's a beast, you know. Well, not it's also a beast too. It's a 5 mana, well, 8 mana, 5 and 3 green, 5/5 haste. But it says whenever this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and +X/+X till the turn where X is the number of creature you control. Well, obviously, creature heavy deck, Stompy.
The the flavor text on that card is just hilarious to me. It says, "Some days you wish you were fighting an Eldrazi," and that's coming
Yeah.
from Ugin.
I would honestly think that was originally one of the green game changers before, back in the day,
Oh
because you
yeah,
knew no matter what you were doing, if that got on the field, it was always a problem.
right. Yeah, I really like. I'll say it again. These showcase cards are so cool looking, and I think the foils on them is going to be nice. The Sagu Wildling. Um,
Yeah,
he's a 4 and a
that looks
green.
really
He's
good.
he's a common, but I mean the art is just so crazy, and I'm not surprised it's from Justine Jones. She is an absolute beast when it comes to just everything that is put on a card. Um, but it's one of those kind of cards that can do two different things. So you can pay a green for Roost Seek, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Um, and if you cast the dragon, it has flying, and then when this creature enters, you gain 3 life. So if you have a way of getting it out there, putting it in your graveyard, bringing it back. I mean, this showcase art makes it look like it's a moss-covered zombie dragon, so I think it'd be a cool little ad. Keith and Josh, anything you're looking forward to in green?
Yes, very much so. I have Steward of the Harvest I'd like to talk
Yep.
about.
The combo
She
queen.
Yeah, she is 3 and a green human druid. When this creature enters, exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature. What an insane ability. Now, you would lose friends by doing this, but the first land that came to mind was Strip Mine. You give all of your creatures Strip Mine ability, you can just destroy your opponent's lands. Then also, if you one that's a little bit more cordial would be just any sort of fetch land. If you exile that instead, then you can just look for whatever land you need. You can turn any random like token into. I mean, you're mobilizing. You might as well, and you have the loot. Well, I guess they're attacking, so you can't tap them for things. But anyway, the it's just so cool. It's such a unique effect to give creatures the ability of lands. I cannot get over this. I wish it was a legendary. I would make a commander deck around it. I am so excited for this card.
They need to make a way to make cards that aren't legendary creatures your commander. I think that there's gonna be a way to do that. I know it's probably something where like Oathbreaker, where you can kind of you get to put a card up there and you get to put like their main spell that they're known for. I think it'd be cool if there was a way to just kind of make anything your commander. I know it would get out of hand for sure, but there's no reason why this couldn't be a secret commander in your
Oh,
99.
so there's always rule 0, and you discuss it with your play group. So I figured out how to make it a legendary creature already. Change it
Okay.
from Steward of the Harvest to Stewart of the Harvest. You have a named character now. It's legendary, and we go from there.
That sounds perfect to me, and I feel like our play group would have no problem with you making this your commander.
Yeah,
I don't want to
obviously
speak for everybody, but
super mechanically unique. That'd be totally fine.
yeah.
That's
But
so cool.
are we cool with land destruction? I feel like that was a no-no for the longest time, and in our text chain, that is all that's been talked about for a minute here is we want to just destroy everybody's lands. Are we cool with that? We're gonna be destroying lands,
Dabble a little bit.
every making everybody a little hurt a little bit.
Well, I firmly believe if you allow mill and if you allow infect, you gotta allow
Yeah, I mean,
destruction of
that's
lands.
that's kind of how I feel.
Okay,
I mean,
so
realistically.
I know
so
that there's probably if people do listen to this, watch this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's evil." It
hey,
is what it is.
I
hey,
mean, there's four
Crucible
horsemen to this.
Crucible of Worlds is a card for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Ren and six, you can get
yeah,
them back.
Yeah,
Ren
they
and Stimpy.
reprinted in this set Conduit of Worlds, which does the same thing as Crucible almost.
Yeah. What were you saying, Josh? Sorry, buddy.
I was like, there's four horsemen to this apocalypse. You have land destruction, you have mill, you have infect, and they haven't invented the fourth one yet, but it's gonna be way worse than all those put together.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Coming to the Pruxian Arena. Brought to you by Baja Blast, now in a 96 pack. For the first time in many sets, straight from the forest. You thought the sky was the limit? Wait till you meet Vader. Who needs a Luxodon Warhammer when you're Luxodon with a hammer that big? He'll make your land war elf make John Cena look like Michael Cera. Facing up with Brain Titan.
Golos will also be there, but due to his mechanic being banned, he won't be able to get out of the game zone.
Rule 0 these nuts. Who will come out victorious? Who will go home crying? Watch your board state crush all of your opponent's defenders. Head to Tarkir, where the dragons are dragging these win cons all across your face. It's the Timmy player's wet dream.
Okay, man, this is It's literally Zach's first game.
Bring your friends and then crush them. Turn your Thapperling joke deck into a Thapperling joke deck. Plot deck, and trample for every creature. Enjoy a food token for $2 and wash it down with the tears of your enemies. Smash your way to victory. Give your opponent something to talk to their therapist about.
Bro, this is a casual format.
You don't need evasion when you have mutilation.
Dude, Sarah brought pre-con. Just chill.
This Sunday.
Tickets are only $1 for one night only.
Tickets non-refundable in case of eighth rise.
And we are back. So, Josh, Keith, unfortunately, we lost Sam at the break. He'll be back next week, hopefully. Josh, what color are you most excited for single so far? What looks most powerful? What are you most excited for?
You said so single color before we dive into our factions here. What single
Yes.
color?
Yes, sir.
So as far it's so funny because this color isn't even in my favorite faction, but I really think white got
Oh,
some gas this
Oh.
that just mentioning how many abilities they're gaining to just keep your little white weenies alive and fighting. Like, opponents can't cast spells on your turn. Like, activated abilities can't be activated. Like, they're doing so many things to give, like, creature decks with white and them a fighting chance. And I'm excited to see that enter the ecosystem. And I can't wait to see what happens with it.
yeah, I think they pillow forted the pillow fort color even harder. Uh, Keith, I have an
Yeah,
idea, but are you going to throw us a curveball like Josh just did?
oh God. I don't know, everything is coming in pretty strong, but I'm taking a quick glance again real quick. Blue is solid, but I think it might be red for me still.
Okay.
A lot of strong red dragons. Big surprise there. But I don't know. A lot of black cards are sort of bringing some heat too. But I think I'm going to stick with red.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody when I say I'm excited for black. Uh, there's commons that have been talked about already that are crazy good. There's uncommons that are great, rares that are, I mean, it's just a solid color, but I honestly do not think anybody can go wrong with any of the colors in this set. Like we've already talked about, they solidified every single one of them. And I think it has to do with the fact that the clans are coming back and you need pieces from every single color if you're trying to build off of that. So they had to make sure that every single color has that ability. I just think we're going to run into like super strong. Everyone is going to be able to make like ridiculously strong decks. So it's gonna be like pre-releases are gonna be fun
Yeah.
to go to. It's not like one of those things where somebody got the right card from the right color this time. It's anybody's game, I think, as long as somebody knows how to build. Um, and that's not me. So I am historically terrible at pre-releases. Josh is historically a champion at pre-releases. So we'll just see what happens. And hi, Key Cat. Um,
Going
let's.
off
So,
that oh real quick. But yeah, some of these like faction cards, they have like monocolored cards that like stick to, the ideals and do whatever the factions do, but they're still in monocolored, so some of them will break the color pie a little bit, which is cool to include in like some of your decks that you already have. Just do like add some variety and some weird zaniness.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like there are so many cards that I think that people can put into decks that they've had for years and automatically just make the decks even that much better. I think it's been a minute since we've seen so many things that can automatically improve decks and are basically like you don't even have to think about it, like how much of an auto include and getting rid of just some jank that you had in your deck, even if it was a really great one. Let's go ahead and move on to multicolor. Um, Josh, what are you looking forward to in multicolor, buddy?
So I'm really enjoying all of the different sieges. They are like utility. Again, earlier Keith was mentioning the dual modal cards. These like dual modal enchantments. My goodness, I think my favorite one is the Frost Cliff Siege, which is one blue red. When it enters, you choose Jeskai or Teamer. The Jeskai mode allows you to whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. And then the teamer mode is creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. I mean, that's depending where you are in the game. If you're need some a little more gas drawing in Commander, I mean, like if it says one or more deal combat damage to a player. If you hit three players, you're drawing three cards on your combat, which is strong. But then the bottom one just giving everything coming in like trample and haste, also strong. Just depending like what it's looking like and what you're up against, you have an opportunity to adapt, improvise, overcome, and beat people up. It's great. Quality
Yeah,
cards.
yeah, I think, and I mean, I'm gonna harp on it again, but it's because I am such a fan of the art in this game that we all love. But that borderless art, it looks so dang cool. Um, on that siege, the Baron Steep siege. I mean, I just I'm so excited. Keith, what are you looking forward to, buddy?
Those modal enchantments, first of all, very, very good.
Hmm.
And let me check what I saved here. A couple of creatures, I guess, a couple of commander ideas that I liked. Or yeah, the main spirit dragon for Sultai, I believe. I get some of those color combos mixed up, but it's Taval, Arbiter of Virtue. It's two colorless, black, green, blue, Spirit Dragon, Flying Lifelink, and its spells you cast have Delve, and whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value.
Oh, so
I just,
are there two Tavals? Because there's
uh,
Taval the balance scale too.
oh, there might be. I would have to check.
Oh, there is the pre-con, all the named legendary dragons, they have a set card and then they also have a pre-con card. So
That's
that's
cool.
why you'll see two of all of them and they have unique abilities. They're kind of like flavors of the same, similar flavors. So it's really cool that they did that, get kind of highlighted these dragons in like two different ways.
Yeah.
Another one I like, I'm mostly leaning like Teamer. So, Teamer Battle Crier is green, blue, red. And during your turn, spells you cast costs one colorless less to cast for each creature you control with power four or greater. So that's probably in the precon. No, wait, that's not a precon card. That's the main set. Very good. And then there's this really good sorcery. I think the art looks really cool. Return target. It's called Parination. Three colorless, and then white, black, green. Sorcery. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and an indestructible counter on it. So you're not getting rid of that after it comes back into play.
I know I said white wouldn't be in my main one. I've been going through there. I thought for sure off the bat, I do really like Sultai. I'm going to use a bunch of those cards. I already have a uh, OG uh, cons like Sidisi deck that I love a lot. But now that I am looking through these, I think you revealed that maybe I am also excited about Jeskai. I you kind of mentioned the dragon I was most excited about uh,
The Delph.
with the delve. So that one was the one I was most excited about. But
It's very
easily,
cool.
Jeskai is just right under there, and I think Shiko Paragon of the Way is. really cool. It's two, a blue, a red, and a white. Flying Vigilance. When enters exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, copy it. Then you can cast a copy without paying its mana cost. There's just so many like blink cards out in those Jeskai colors that you can be like bouncing them, casting a copy of what you just like after the bounce or however you want to do it. I just think that you could just do something silly with sending him into the ether and back, like
What's
just bounce.
what's the one ability? It's not retrace, but maybe it's like rebound. It's like you get to play it, and then the next turn it comes around and you get to cast it again for free.
So that was
But is it exiled
the like
afterwards?
flurry mechanic, the one I mentioned with Taiga Master Opportunist. Like whenever you play your second spell, copy it, then you exile it, and then you suspend it with the time counters on it. That was that guy. I think the flurry is just whenever you cast your second spell,
Yeah, flurry.
something happens. It's not always
That's
going to be that cool suspend thing, but still, it's just like you're already flinging spells. You're just getting passive value off of doing what you're already doing.
mhm.
Any colorless that you're looking forward to, um, artifacts wise?
Uh, there's a couple common, uncommon, colorless. I gotta sort through these real quick that are just like
Josh, you
great
have
little
any?
includes.
Just looking.
Yeah, actually, I do think the monuments. I think those are really neat. Like, they enter. There's like one for each faction, and then you get to search your library for a basic of one of the lands in that faction, and put it into your hand. I think just color fixing is always so important in Magic, and then later you can sacrifice it to get a various creature token. Like I have the Jeskai one pulled up now, and so for one and Jeskai, tap it, sacrifice the artifact, and create two uh, 1/1 white birds with flying. So I mean, like it's just neat little mana fixing. So I think it's nice. I just think they're neat.
I think the newest uh, thing that I'm most excited for, and I would probably be super pumped if I pulled the showcase
Oh,
and then adding foil to it would be crazy. The Mox Jasper.
yeah,
Um,
new chase card to go after.
yeah, zero cost, tap it, add one mana of any color, activate only if you control a dragon. I mean, that's just nuts. I
Yeah,
mean,
would that is so nice. That full art frame just looks gorgeous too. But yeah, also the retro frame serialized.
yeah, that would if that was the first ever serialized card that one of us pulled, I would it would be nuts.
Gotta crack those collector packs. It's
Mhm.
the only way.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. But maybe you go to a pre-release and that's one of the things you can win or some collector's packs maybe.
True.
Maybe somebody's feeling frisky. Any kind of reprints that you're excited for artifacts wise? I know
There's one colorless guy I like real quick,
who's
but
that?
he's just like a little sort of draft include. Embermouth Sentinel is just two colorless artifact creature, Chimera, 2/1. When it comes into play, you may search your library for a land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put it on top. But if you have a dragon, you put it onto the battlefield tapped instead.
Yeah, the other Sentinel, the Jadecast Sentinel for 4. Uh, it's a ape snake, has reach, 2, tap it, put target card from a graveyard onto
Mhm.
the bottom of its owner's library. Both of those are pretty cool to see in the set.
And
Yeah,
go ahead.
I
Uh,
think Lightning Greaves and Skull Clamp together, coming back and then getting a Blade of Selves. Just all three of those cards is pretty fun, pretty
can we
crazy.
talk about the art on that skull clamp?
It is
Look at the little,
so good.
just the little purple
I gotta
guy.
find it
Just
again. Oh, yeah, yeah.
look at him. He's like a little like feral like grimace looking
It's
dude, just about to. He's just like getting brain zapped. He's like forgetting algebra in the
Ah.
Unibus. It's wild. I love
what
it.
what's crazy to
Oh,
me
you killed
is
me.
he's got Magneto's helmet on and then Chewbacca's sash. Like it's just a fun little mix and meld of, and I
Oh,
know
you
that
think
that's not
this?
what it
Oh wait,
is, but I mean,
you think those are like universes beyond like teasers there? Like
I think it'd
Magneto's
be
helmet,
I
Chewbacca's sash.
I think it would be hilarious if you had Storm as your commander and that was your skull clamp. Like
Oh
just
hell
because it looks
yeah,
like she
that'd
got
be
upset and
great.
was like, "Brr, that creature's gone," you know. Uh, let's go on
Oh,
to lands or Keith. What do
I
you got,
got one
buddy?
more. One more.
Yep, yep.
Watcher of the Wayside, three colorless artifact creature Golem, 3/2. When this creature enters, target player mills two cards, you gain two life. This looks like a combo card to me.
Oh yeah.
Easy to recur something like this with, Mirror Retriever, all those combos that constantly like bounce them back and forth. Yeah, that could be like a nice little engine right there.
And I want to shout out, we've shouted him out before, but Leon Tucker's work on the new Soul Ring, so
Yeah,
dang good.
gorgeous. That's so
So
cool.
good.
Oh, the Evolving Wilds too.
Yeah. Which that is such a broken
Oh, I
card,
hadn't
most
seen that
powerful
yet.
card
That's
in
cool.
all of Magic. I'm just kidding. But
Well, now that you can give all your creatures Evolving Wilds effect with the human druid I mentioned before, I mean, yeah.
yeah. Uh any lands that you've seen that you're excited
Yeah,
for?
off of that, yeah, they have a whole cycle of tap lanes for each of the clans, identities or whatever. That's always good to see. Plus, they look
Yeah.
freaking cool too.
So how do
Yeah.
you guys I'm looking through these. We have uh the Quarry Mountain Monastery and like the Vulcan encampment where they come in and they only can't tap for a single color, but then they have some like value stapled to them. I feel like there's a disparity in power between the different cards. Like
Oh.
the Quarry Mountain Monastery enters tapped unless you have a plains or an island. It's you can tap it for
Oh, the
like
rare ones. Okay.
yep, the you can tap it for a red, or you pay three in a red, exile the top card of your library until end of your next turn. You can play that card. It's like that's such an expensive impulse draw. Like
Yeah,
my goodness, there's
that's it's this balance here is off for sure.
and
Everyone
then
online's going crazy about the next one.
the you're talking about that encampment.
Oh, no, no. Go ahead.
Oh, the encampment is like whenever you attack this turn, you create the two warrior tokens tapped and attacking. I mean, that's like two bodies for three. I mean, that's kind of like standard issue for like a token generating effect.
That's
So
not bad at all.
yeah, that one's like on par. Which one were you talking about? I'm scrolling through them and I don't see it.
The blue one, Mistrise Village, tapped unless you control a mountain or forest, but notably its ability at the bottom, one blue, tap it. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered.
Mm,
Everyone's going crazy for that right now. That's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, man, Red got shafted on
Yeah,
these.
that's way too expensive. If that were
Yeah,
like just one less, maybe
yeah.
How do you guys feel about the special guests when it comes to the lands, the special guest cards that we've got?
the ones with eyeballs.
No. We've got Arid Mesa, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs. They're all back. And there's two different
Ooh.
art versions of them too.
I have not seen these yet.
Oh man, I'm looking at them now. They are
They
gorgeous.
are so good, and the dragon versions of them are freaking phenomenal and beautiful, and I love them. And they come in dragon scale foil too, which is nuts.
Okay,
You can only
okay.
get them in the dragon scale foils, borderless. Like the dragon versions of them only come in collector boosters, which is so unfortunate.
Oh
Like
wow.
I get why they're, you know, They want people to buy the collector's boosters, but not everybody that plays can do that.
Yeah.
So it's like
There's at least two
it's
options for
unfortunate.
what each of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang. Those look good. I
Yep.
would love that dragon scale foil treatment looks really good.
Oh
There's an
yeah.
interactable thing on the Wizards blog where you can shake it around, check out the foil a little bit.
I saw you playing with that and just the reflection on your screen under your glasses. You're just like, wow, that foil is really foiling over there.
Oh man.
Ooh,
So
can I shout out reprint land real quick?
yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
So this looks like it's gonna come in the Asban precon, but they reprinted Vault of the Archangel, which is for two white and a black creatures you control gain death touch and lifelink until end of turn.
Oh,
Man, I almost forgot all about that card, but it did work just in our little pods back in the day. Someone swinging out is like, oh no, all those dinguses, death touch. Just, I'm excited to see that back in action.
Yeah, I want to shout out the just the basic lands. You've got the full arts with the dragon shadows like flying over, and then you also have the full art that's the dragon eye. Uh, Again, the dragon eye ones are only in collector's boosters and only in Magic Arena. Uh, but I mean, we can still get the cool flyovers, and I mean, even the
I
basic
like
arts
those.
that just have dragons hanging out in them. I'm a fan of dragons. I'm sorry. I
This
I just love
set,
them.
it's pretty cohesive. They've done a really good job. Just all around, kind of a banger.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Where's Waldo, where you kind of are looking and seeing how the art all goes together. I think this is the most cohesive art direction set that we've seen in a while, and maybe that's because this is the first breakdown of a set that we've done. Maybe, that it's going to continue, and we'll get to have more fun. But I just think that coming back to this plane after waiting a while, everybody was just so excited to be back on it and just gave it their absolute 100% all. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen every time, but it's you can feel it in this one. Like this is going to be a very powerful set. It to me feels like one of those master sets, uh, or remastered set, um, without it being one of those. And that's fun. And I think that the fact that you don't have to open your pocketbook too hard to get like one of the play booster boxes and stuff like that, I think that's very cool. I do see these boxes going up in price very quickly. Um, so hopefully LGSs and things like that don't go all out in treating people the wrong way and making it hard for them to be able to afford these boxes, because this set is going to be so much fun. Like, I think it would be cool if we could have the entire crew over and just do our own draft. Um, like everybody get a pre-release kit and we could do that, or we get a couple of play booster boxes and go about it that way. I think it'd be sick.
Dude, no, we need to do it where we get the packs, we sit in a circle, we go through the whole, is it going right or is it going left now? That is how you draft. That's
Yes.
the draft that Sarkhan intended.
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love so much to be able to do that with this set just because of how great it is. And I know that we could basically do a pre-release just all together with the people that we have in our play group and other people that join our play group every once in a while. Like, we could have our own freaking pre-release and it'd be sick.
Oh my
Everybody
God.
down?
Heck yeah.
I'm looking at the special guest ultimatum cards right now, and those look so good.
I know. They're so nice. That's why I was like, I feel like we should probably have held off, but I mean, they're putting it all out there, laying it all out on the table. And the fact that they were all made by the same person, that's nuts. Like, the amount of work that goes into a single card, and then you're making an entire, you know, entire group of cards. That's crazy to me, and just goes to show how lucky we are to have the artists that we have. And there's just always new people joining the ranks, and they're just killing it over and over and over again. And I am so thankful that we get to play with their art and have many art galleries and just be able to be in awe of the work that some people can do. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, the art is just so nice in this set. It feels so immersive. It's so refreshing.
I love it.
Oh, I want to highlight one of the commanders specifically for the art real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
It is Elsha. She's back, threefold master, blue, red, white. It has trample and prowess, and when Elsha deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. But
Mm.
her art just I don't know, she has so much drip. Just the Jin monks look so cool in Tarkir.
Yeah, that full art borderless is so dang good. Uh,
Oh, and when
and
I
you
was
can pick that
checking,
up. You can pick that up in a commander deck too. So I mean,
mhm,
as long as these commander decks stay at a reasonable price, you could pick them up for not too much money.
yeah, when I was checking this one out, I was looking at the like set numbers in the corner, and that one specifically is like number two for the commander set. But for the main set, Tarkir Dragonstorm, would anyone like to guess what the first card in the set is?
Ugin. It has to
Yes,
be an Ugin,
sir.
right?
Ugin, Eye of Storms, the first card. Yep.
Yeah. He is the one that built the entire plane. So
Yeah, I thought
it'd
that
be
was cool.
silly for him to not be. I do think that
So,
the one art of him where it's more of an up close and personal view of him, the borderless,
yeah.
he looks so cool. Because the other ones are kind of like further out, and then this one
Hmm.
just kind of being right up in his face. It's just, he's so cool to me. He's dirty, and you can't really play him at every table because of the stuff that he does. But I think that's why he's the most evil, and he does what he
Yeah,
does. You know.
very strong.
Hmm.
And now most planeswalkers have like static abilities tacked onto the top, so those are just getting stronger and stronger. But yeah, he's that guy.
It'll be interesting to see what planeswalkers we get with this set that aren't Ugin, just because Sarkhan and some of the other ones that are usually over here like Narset and uh, people like that, they've all been desparked. So it'll be interesting to see if we get someone new or who all joins us. So, any predictions of cards that we haven't seen yet that you think might show up, Josh?
From what we haven't seen, I haven't seen a lot of equipments, and there's like I believe it's like the Throne of Tarkir where you tap it and then like creatures get plus X, where is the creature's like power or something along those lines. Just I feel like I have like we have these armies. Where are their weapons? I feel like they're holding off on some like monster equipment that are like going to. I don't know. Does Jeskai get double prowess? Uh does Asban like does it just come back as a spirit? And just like there's so many like I think they're gonna go ham on these equipments, but we haven't seen many of them. So uh
Yeah,
maybe a new sword. I don't know.
That's
yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
that would be great actually. I'm
Yeah, a new sword or sorry, Keith.
no
I was
problem.
I was right there with you, Josh, when it came to equipments. I think it'd be crazy if you had some kind of I don't know what you'd call it, but um, like a way of shooting down multiple dragons at once. Um, that would be cool for the people that it's just a dragon war pretty much. So being able to take out more than one at a time would be pretty sweet. So just like a crazy bow and arrow type setup, but more huge arrows since you're taking out giant dragons.
Well,
Keep
I think all you need, I think what they need to print is like a donkey that it can tap one dragon.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. You're a girl dragon.
They brought back some like, flying hate for green. So like deal damage to flyers. So there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was actually a red card. It was a red mana dork, and you can tap for one red mana, or like late game you can like pay like five in a red and sacrifice and deal like six damage to target
Yep.
creature with flying. So
Yeah,
I looked it up
exactly what I
earlier
was
and
thinking
then
of.
we moved on, so it's not in front of me. I apologize, but yeah, no, they do have like some when they give you all the dragons, they need a way to make it not so you can counter the dragons. I feel like that's just the ebb and flow of this.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of ways to get rid of dragons. It would just be cool to have, for later on, something. Um, so to wrap it up, are you guys as excited as I am for this set?
Yeah, I want
Oh,
to add something else for predictions though, real
Go for
quick.
it. Yeah.
So I was looking at the other stuff and I was hoping for like, big game ender spells like the ultimatums, but I don't think they'll repeat that again. So they haven't spoiled too many, but there are a couple sagas. I think they may have like a mythic cycle of sagas that could be pretty big and powerful, potentially, like game ending, just incredibly strong sagas. I think maybe they would throw something in like that
I
just
think,
to yeah, really tell the story of like each clan.
oh yeah. I think those would be cool. I think if we got a cycle of will cards, that'd be cool too, since we have the Will of Jeskai, just kind of getting one for each each different clan would be sick. Um, so what do you guys think? Solid set?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Anything you're not excited about for the set? I can't think of anything, honestly. Some of the cards only being in collector's boosters, but it is what
Yeah,
it is. It's gonna be like
yeah.
that every time. Um, so all right. I guess does this episode resolve?
I I think it resolves.
Yep.
All
I
right.
have no interaction.
All right. Perfect. I guess we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Peace.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Hexproof from Ward. If you like what you heard, you can continue to listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. You can also give us a follow on Instagram and Blue Sky. We'll see you next week.